Okay. I'm gonna put on that, and I'm gonna mute you, my darling. Mute. Mute. Okay. Fisher, what have you been doing this weekend? Just playing video games? What about, did you go outside? Is your favorite thing to do play video games? What's your favorite thing? Just whatever. Just whatever.
I can't see you, honey.
Okay.
Now I can.
Bottom. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Yeah, perfect. Okay, you can come in still. Okay, we'll let Shane and Tracy. It's fuller in here than I thought. Perfect, Holly. You're in your spot. Where's your man? She's always front and center on Sundays. It's her thing.
Okay. There you go.
Okay. All right. Do you have space? Are you good? Okay, cool. Yeah. Maybe if you want to scoot up just a tidbit, maybe. All right, friends. Thank you so much for being here. I am teaching this class every week at 10 a.m. except next week because it's Christmas. James is teaching. And it will be at the same time, 10 a.m. still by donation. Just special treat of James Hardy. And then Amy, do you want to tell about your little thing you've got coming up?
Well, two things. I'm going to be providing wassail and some yummy treats at James's Christmas.
Mm.
If nothing else, but definitely come. No, I don't think so. Is he
just show up? Just show up, yeah.
And then I'm doing a mindfulness-based stress reduction for teenagers, 10 to 18-year-olds. I've got 7, 8 kids signed up. I probably would feel comfortable taking about 5 more talks. So anyway, send children my way. It's a 5 Saturdays, but it's selected Saturdays, like Martin Luther King. It's 2 to 4 p.m. And there's flyers out there. Contact information through my website. Thank you.
Perfect. Trying to think. And then I'll just say 2 days after Christmas, so Tuesday, the 27th, I'm teaching my once per month embodiment class. It's called Embodiment. It's an hour and a half, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Tuesday night. It's about 40 minutes of yoga and then about 30 minutes of breath work, straight breath work. So if you have ever come to my breath work classes, it's just the same thing, one breath for that entire time. And then sound at the end. It's like my 3 favorite modalities put together into one class. So I highly recommend coming. It's drop-in, it's by donation. Yeah, so I'd love to have you. And I think that's all I got as far as announcements go. Any questions or comments, concerns, requests? Yeah, if you don't know, this is Ruby. She's my little emotional support angel. She doesn't shed. If you're not okay with dogs, if she's ever bothering you on your mat or anything, if you give her like a little push, she's very timid, so she'll like take that and just get right off. She's probably like, but anyway, yeah, she'll probably just stay there most of the time. If you're lucky, you might get a little lick in Shavasana. No, just a couple. All right, let's do the thing. So come to a comfortable seat if you're not there already. And feel free as you come into your own Sunday morning seated meditation, if you want to wiggle a little, move your body, just kind of get some physical feedback. Feel free to take a moment. And then eventually, no rush. but eventually just find stillness. So when you are ready, close your eyes, rest your hands somewhere intentionally. So maybe you want to just rest your hands in your lap, palms face up for a little more receptivity, openness, palms face down for a little more grounding. Maybe hands to heart center, maybe one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. So whatever just feels most resonant for you this morning. And let's just begin with 3 great big deep breaths together. So next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you possibly can. Take a moment to pause at the top in fullness, maybe even sip in a little bit extra. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Ah. Good. Couple more just like that. So great big inhale, fill up. Get as full as you can. Feel your body energetically expand, inflate, take up more space. And then let it go. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Ah. Very nice. One more time. So biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Just feel this prana, this life force move into every little space inside of you, circulate around inside of you. When you're ready, open your mouth and let it go. Good, you guys. Seal your lips and begin to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So this is a deep diaphragmatic breath. It comes all the way down from your low belly. See if you can feel the lowest lobes of your lungs expand each time you inhale. And then each exhalation, slowly take your exhale all the way to emptiness, all the way to the very, very bottom. Feel your belly button. Pull back towards your spine. So at the end of each exhale, you might find what's called Uddiyana Bandha, your core lock, that connection to center. So be here for just a moment with your big, deep, intentional breaths. Follow them with your awareness. If this was all we did, the entire class, how interesting could you make this? How much could you pay attention? How much could you notice? So take as much time as you want, just sitting, breathing, feeling the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction of each breath. When you are ready to move, keep this breath flowing. If you want to start from your seat, you're more than welcome to. So maybe you just start with some arm movement, some head or shoulder movement, maybe some exploration through your torso, some seated cat-cows. But eventually we'll come forward to hands and knees. So no rush whatsoever. In your own time, in your own way, start transitioning to hands and knees. And when you get there, just keep exploring your own intuitive movement. So no right or wrong and no rush. These first few moments are just for you to feel into your body and to notice how you are. So not just physically, but also energetically, emotionally, what's present for you, what's moving through. You're not trying to fix or change or control. You're just noticing what's there. Good. Use your breath. So big, expansive inhales and long, strong exhales all the way to emptiness every single time. And see if as you explore your own intuitive movement, you can get out of your head and into your body. So this is not an exercise that we are thinking our way through. There's nothing to figure out. We're just feeling from the inside. So what if you put your awareness in your spine? What's there? In your side bodies, in your hips, maybe just in your low back. or your hands, your fingers, your forearms. So there's about 1,000,000 ways you can explore from the position of hands and knees. Give yourself a few more rounds. I'd say about 4 or 5 more breaths, just moving instinctually, creatively. Downward facing dog is your eventual destination. So you can start a transition back in your own way and in your own time. Maybe you want to make that transition interesting. Perhaps you want to move through a vinyasa of some sort, or even hover your knees and tabletop for a moment, really pushing the ground away. Find your strength, and then slowly extend your hips back and up. Good, you guys. And then once you are back in your dog pose, keep exploring, keep feeling, keep noticing. So pedal out your heels or bend your knees a lot. Maybe you take your feet all the way out to the width of your yoga mat and transfer your weight side to side on the diagonal. So you can press into your right hand, press back through your left heel and shift your hips over to the left and switch it up. There's lots of ways to explore your downward facing dog. They can be big movements, or they can be little teeny tiny micro movements. I might not even see them on the outside if I'm looking at you, but you feel them on the inside. So feel into your body and then figure out, is there a way I could be a little more efficient? Just feel into that. Maybe get curious about what it would feel like if you spread your fingers just a tiny bit wider, or externally rotated your shoulders away from your ears just a little more. Maybe it would feel nice to bend your knees a lot, or sometimes I even like to pick up my toes and spread them apart. So I can't touch my heels in down dog, but I can still pick up my toes, spread them, and then I really feel a stretch down the backs of my legs even more. So there are so many ways to get curious about your down dog, even if you've been here thousands of times. Use your breath, big, spacious. Is there anywhere that feels stuck, that feels dense or heavy? Send your breath especially into those spaces. Take one more huge inhalation. Maybe lift your hips a little tiny bit higher. As you exhale, gaze to the top of your yoga mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you've arrived, just hang out for a moment. So maybe you want to take a ragdoll, grab opposite elbows. Maybe you want to bring your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers at the base of your skull, give the back of your neck some traction. Thanks, Rachel. I would recommend here, feet at least hips width distance apart, perhaps a little bit wider for this first one. Make sure you're not rocking back into your heels and locking out your knees, but instead bend your knees a little or a lot. Keep the weight forward in your toes and the balls of your feet so your heels are really light against the ground. And then see if you can lift your butt, your sit bones up as you reach the crown of your head a little bit closer. Sway it out, bob, bounce it out. Breathe into your back body. Relax your neck. Let your head be heavy. Take one more great big huge breath. Halfway lift with your next inhalation. So spine nice and long, parallel to the earth. Get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, fold and bow. Do that one more time. Inhale, halfway lift. So stick your butt out, reach the top of your head forward, shoulder blades hug towards your spine. Exhale, fold, release. This time, come through your halfway lift. So lead with your heart and rise all the way up, arms to the sky, hands to heart with your exhalation. Moving with your breath. Inhale, high mountain stretch tall. Swan dive down. So stick your butt out, lead with your heart. Bend your knees a little or a lot, fold in. Breathe in, find your halfway lift position. Feel length even in the back of your neck. So gaze slightly down rather than forward. Exhale, fold, release all the way to empty. Find that navel to spine connection. And then root through your feet. Take it all the way to stand. Arms reach up, big full body stretch. Hands to heart center, exhale. One more round like that. Make it a meditation in motion. Inhale, reach up. Maybe close your eyes as you dive down. So feel your body from the inside. Take your time. You are not in a rush. Halfway lift as you breathe in. So how much length can you create? Nice halls. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet. Reverse swan dive. Take it all the way to stand. So heart leads, arms to the sky. Beautiful. Hands to heart center as you exhale. All right, friends, this time inhale, take your arms up. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, squeeze your shoulder blades towards your spine. And today, bend your elbows a lot, press your palms together. So imagine that your elbows are magnetized. Try to squeeze them as close as you can. Press the heels of your hands together and imagine your fingers are super glued and you're trying to pull them apart. So you should feel a lot of muscle energy running through your arms. See if you can keep that and start to reach your hands back away from your body. Try not to lock out your elbows. Keep pressing your palms if you can. Maybe add a little back bend, so puff up through your chest. Lift your gaze just slightly without letting your head collapse back. Take one more big inhale. Press your hips forward as you hug in with your inner thighs. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Exhale, swan dive down. So it might feel really good to bend your knees a lot. Let your head be heavy. Lift your butt as high as you can. Lift your knuckles as high as you can. Relax your neck. Maybe shake your head yes or no. So bend your knees a lot. Bring your weight more here. And then focus on lifting your butt up, head down. Bend your knees a lot. Yeah. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang down. Maybe give your arms a little shake out. Yeah, that's better. Halfway lift on your next inhalation. Stick your butt out. Crown forward. Realign your spine. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step your feet back. Plank position. So top of a push-up. Give yourself a moment here. Spread your fingers. Push the ground away actively. Draw your belly button in and up. And see if you can even squeeze through the fronts of your thighs. Your quad muscles turn on. Now keep pushing down and start to take just little baby rocks forward and back. So like you're sawing through a piece of wood or cutting through a loaf of bread with your body. Nothing changes in your position. Belly stays strong. Keep pushing the ground away. Hips are level with your shoulders in a yoga plank. One more big inhale. Maybe you come forward onto your tippy toes or bring your knees down to modify. Exhale, lower just halfway. So hover here, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Do that one more time. Exhale, little rock forward, lower halfway. Knees can come down to modify if you'd like. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, slow as you can go all the way to your belly. Nice, Galen. As you breathe in, Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out to frame your yoga mat. Lift to your fingertips. Elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. Press down through your pelvis and your shoelaces. Exhale, twist to your right. So hands nice and wide. Left shoulder dips down. Inhale, come back to center. Press into your fingertips. Lift your heart. Little tone through your belly. Navel to spine connection. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Good. Go one more time, back and forth with your own breath. So feel into your shoulders, nice river. Feel into your front body, back body, side body. Feel the strength in your hands and your fingertips. And then eventually you'll come back to your Spider-Man Cobra. You might hold a little longer if it feels nice. However you want to transition, downward facing dog is where we'll meet up. Just slow, steady, ujjayi breaths. One more time. You'll be here for about 5 rounds. So if there's any movement that is calling to you, any exploration, feel free to take it. If you want to turn it into a turbo dog for a little more strength work, all you would need to do is bend your elbows a lot and then squeeze your elbows in towards each other. So it's almost like dolphin pose, but your forearms are hovering right above the ground. Yeah, keep lifting your hips, everybody. So imagine there's an invisible rope. It's attached to your belly button. It's pulling up and it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. Take one more big inhale and see if you can lengthen through your side bodies even more. Exhale, look to the top of your space, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your halfway lift position. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, bow. Nice paloma. Let it go. Root through your feet. Heart leads all the way up. Reverse swan dive. Arms to the sky. Hands to heart center. Exhale. All right, friends. Inhale. Take your arms up. And then we're going to go for a side body stretch to the right. You can take your own variation. I will grab my left wrist, so you can take this variation if you want to. And then think of a crescent moon shape. So hips towards the windows as your upper body reaches towards the door, the right side of the room. You might take your right tiptoes out to the right. So you want most of your weight in your left foot, especially the inner edge, the big toe edge. Nice, Megs. See if you can breathe more length into your left waistline. Good. Pull your left shoulder back and down. So plug it into the socket. Take one more round. Very nice. Inhale back to center. Realign both feet on the ground. If you're taking that variation, grab your right wrist now and then other side. So start from your lower body. If you try to make this happen from just your upper body, your mobility, your range of motion is super limited. So hips move right, upper body goes left, more weight in your right foot. Left toes might reach out to the left very lightly. Make sure you're not rounding and looking down. Bicep is not in front of your face, but next to your ear. Take one more huge round. Inhale brings you back to center. Now listen, as you exhale, just cactus your arms. That's it. So start right here, just with your arms in goal post position. Hug in with your inner thighs and start to press your hips forward. And then at the same time, press your arms back and your chest forward. So you're starting a back bend. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and see if you can curl open through your chest, gaze up. Keep hugging in with your inner thighs. Now see if you can press your elbows just tiny bit forward and up. Feel all that strength in your back body, connection to your center, navel to spine. Take one more round. Soften your face. Good. Inhale back to center. So back to neutral. Reach up. And then as you exhale, stick your butt out. Lead with your heart all the way down. Fold. Take your inhale to lengthen. Realign. Halfway lift. Exhale. Plant your hands, feet back. Move through your own vinyasa however you would like. So you can add push-ups if you want. You can take it on your knees. Maybe you substitute cat-cows or skip it all together. Nice, Kelly. Back to down dog in your own time. Move with awareness, intention, and breath. So ujjayi. You should be able to not only feel your breath, but also hear it. From your down dog, next time you breathe in, take your right leg to the sky. Beautiful, friends. So if you want to open your hip or roll out your ankle, anything like that, go for it. But then eventually square off your hips. So inner thighs eventually face each other. Right hip faces down, maybe slightly back. I don't care so much about height, but length, strength, and power through your right leg. So make your right leg as straight as you can. See if you can feel the front of your right thigh turn on, your quad muscle. Press up with your right foot like you're stomping it on an invisible wall. And at the same time as you're pressing up with your right foot, press down through your fingertips, lift from your center, feel that connection to your belly button, navel to spine. Take one more big inhale. As you exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, shoulders over wrist. You're on your back, tippy toes. Stay here as you breathe in and push the ground away. See if you can lift your waistline higher, round your mid back more, and then step forward as you exhale as soft as you can. Thanks, Chris. Go ahead and just stretch your own legs for a couple rounds. So maybe you want to bring your back knee down, straighten your front leg, open your front hip. Just feel around on your own. All you have to do, it doesn't have to be fancy. You could just close your eyes, put your awareness in your legs, and simply breathe. It can be very simple. So just notice what's there, hips, hamstrings, knees, ankles, toes. In your next couple of breaths, rise up to your crescent lunge. So front knee directly over your ankle, high on the ball of your back foot. Rise when you're ready and take time to settle, to find stability. So in crescent, we're not going for the deepest pose we can possibly do. We're finding as much length in between our feet as we can, but then we're hugging in. So front hip pulls back hip pulls forward, and that's where the stability comes from. Tone in your belly, navel to spine connection. Lift it through your heart. Maybe even take your gaze slightly up, nice Megs, and then find a softness through your face. Softness through your outer body, your outer shell. Can you still feel your big, slow, deep breaths? Nice, Lucy. Take one more big inhale, maybe reach just a tiny bit higher. As you exhale, listen, turbo lunge. So cactus your arms, back knee hovers above the ground. If you want to modify, your back knee can come gently to the ground. From here, you're welcome to stay here or start to work your back bend. So press your arms back, bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze, press your chest forward, and then curl open. Gaze slightly up. Try not to let your head just collapse. Nice, Megs. One more huge breath wherever you're at. Maybe your back knee gets just a tiny bit lower. Maybe it kisses the ground. Inhale back to crescent. Option to straighten your front leg. Squeeze through your front thigh. Exhale, bring your hands down, low lunge. Root into your front foot, standing splits. So left foot to the sky. Don't let the name psych you out. It's just a one-legged forward fold. So bend your standing leg if needed. Fingertips on the ground to help with balance. Left leg lifts as high as it will go, even if that's 2 inches above the ground. I don't care. Make your left foot active, maybe spread through your toes. If handstand is in your practice or you've been working on it, you can take little hops here. You can also play with your balance, right arm behind right leg. So right hand behind ankle, forearm behind calf, elbow behind knee. Relax your neck, soften your face, breathe. Send your breath all the way up into your left toes. Good, Sally. See if you can get your left toes to spread. Take just one last big inhale. Exhale, set your left foot down on the top of your space, forward fold. You can give your right leg a little shake out or maybe kind of pedal out to your heels. Move your hips from side to side a bit. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath, slow and steady. Inhale to a halfway lift position. Exhale, bow, fold. Now listen, chair pose. So bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart and reach up. If this feels like too much on your neck or your shoulders, you feel like you're straining, bring a bend into your elbows, or if you'd rather, you can even bring your hands to your heart, no big deal. So sit low, weight in your heels for right now, navel to spine connection. So it shouldn't feel like your belly and your ribs are coming forward. Draw them just slightly in, but keep your heart lifted by squeezing the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, everything stays the same, but swing your arms back behind you. Keep your heart lifted. See if you can feel your shoulder blades squeeze around your spine. So bend your elbows and imagine your elbows are magnetized. Option if you want to float up to your tiptoes now. Higher your heels lift, the lower your butt goes. Bend your knees more. Keep your heart lifted. One more breath. Stay on your tiptoes if you'd like. High mountain, so balance challenge all the way up as tall as you can grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, swan dive down. It's helpful to bend your knees, stick your butt out. All the way down, heels on the ground as you fold. Nice, Catherine. Breathe in, halfway lift. Heels on the ground now. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, vinyasa your way. Add or subtract whatever you'd like. Nice, Jen. Good awareness, you guys. See you back in down dog. All right, slow, steady breath. Reconnecting. How do you feel? What is there to notice? Next time you inhale, left leg to the sky, three-legged down dog. So again, take a moment, and if you want, you can explore a little bit. Open your hip, roll out your ankle, even circle out your knee. Eventually, find square hips. So inner thighs face each other. I don't care about height, length, strength, and power. So make your left leg so strong that if I were to come and try to press your left leg down, it wouldn't even move. Really nice, you guys. Awesome, Scott. Take one more big inhale. Press through your fingertips. Lift from your belly button. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, round your spine. Stay here as you breathe in. You should be on your back, tippy toes. And then exhale, step forward as soft as you can. Low lunge. Give yourself just a couple of breaths or so to just move. Explore on this side. Feel into your legs on this side. So maybe a twist, maybe front leg works towards straight, maybe open through your front hip. Yeah, lots of places to go, and it does not have to be what you did on the other side. Good. As you're ready, crescent lunge. Good. So find your widest stance. Your feet are as far apart as they will go, but then rather than just sinking into it as deep as you can, you want to balance it out with stability. So hug back in towards midline. Feel that connection to center, navel to spine. So as you draw your belly button in and up, you should feel support in your low back, length in your low back, and then your heart lifts even higher. Yeah, reach through your fingertips and maybe even gaze up. So your lower body is your strong foundation. Your upper body is your own unique expression. Feel it, breathe into it. One more inhale. Nice, Tracy. As you exhale, cactus your arms, bend your back knee to a hover. If you want to modify, back knee can always come gently to the ground. If your back knee is hovering, imagine you're trying to pull it forward. Stay here or work your back bend. So make it come from your mid and your upper back. You're not just leaning back, you're curling open. So press your arms back, lift your heart, gaze up. Yeah. Rather than tilting your chin up, imagine you're trying to pull your chin back and give yourself a double chin. Take one more round. Inhale back to crescent lunge, reach up. You can straighten your front leg if you want. Squeeze your front thigh. Nice, Halls, awesome. Chris, exhale, hands to the earth, low lunge. Root into your left foot, standing splits, right leg floats high. So pause for a few breaths in your standing splits and feel into it. You can open your right hip or you can keep your hips square. It's just how you want to work the pose. Neither is right or wrong. Make sure you're not sinking into your outer left hip. So hug in with your left inner thigh. Feel your connection, navel to spine. Maybe you want to play with some handstand hops or balance, left arm behind left leg. So if you're working left arm behind left leg, press arm into leg, leg back into arm. See if you can dive a little deeper, fold a little further, upper body closer to your lower body, forehead closer to your shin. Awesome job. One last inhale, maybe spread through your right toes. Good, Keelan. Exhale, set your right foot down, top of your space. Give your left leg a little shake out if it needs. On an inhalation, halfway lift. And as you inhale, bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tiny little potato bug ball. So tuck and curl, butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. If you have bad knees that prevent you from doing this, you can hang out in your forward fold. Otherwise, tiny little potato bug ball. So get as small as you can, really compact. You can either work your heels down, that'll work ankle flexibility, or lift your heels up as high as you can to work strength. The higher your heels lift, the lower your butt goes. If you want a balanced challenge, wrap your arms around your shins and squeeze. Breathe into your back body. Nice, Christine. Get your forehead as close as you can to your knees. One last big breath. Halfway lift. Come back to that nice long spine. Breathe in, realign. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet. Take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Inhale. Hands to heart. Exhale. We're going to flow breath to movement. Inhale, reach up. Side body stretch to the right. As you exhale, you can make it your own or grab your left wrist. Inhale through center. Switch your grip if you're with me. And the other side, exhale, crescent moon shape all the way to empty. Inhale back to center. Cactus your arms, baby back bend. Make it come from your mid and your upper back. Exhale, navel to spine. Inhale, reach, realign. Swan dive all the way down. Traction out your spine, forward fold. Use your inhale to lift halfway, lots of length. Nice, Hugh. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower, chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. Keep your shoulders back and down. Exhale, down dog, nice, Paul. Inhale, take your right leg high, stretch and lengthen. Now use your core to softly step your right foot forward with your exhale. Breathe in, crescent lunge, rise up, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, turbo lunge, option to add the back bend if you would like, curl open. Inhale back to crescent, option to straighten front leg, squeeze your front thighs, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhale, hands down. Root into your right foot, left leg floats up, standing splits. Exhale, step down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Swing your arms back, maybe float to tiptoes. Option to stay on your tiptoes. Breathe in as high as you can get, high mountain. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, dive down slowly. It's a sacred tremble. Feel it in your ankles, your feet. It's a good thing. It's your edge. Halfway lift as you inhale. Heels on the ground. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga dandasana. Try to keep your exhale going or hold empty as you lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lift your hips. Use your breath. Inhale, left leg high. Use your core as you step your left foot through softly. Exhale. Rise, breathe in, lift your heart, lift your gaze, crescent lunge. Turbo, make it your own. Cactus your arms, bend your back knee, maybe open your heart. Nice, awesome. Halls, lift back to crescent, reach, realign, straighten your front leg if you want, squeeze your front thigh. Hands come down, low lunge. Breathe in, standing splits. Right leg floats up. Now listen, straight into your tiny little potato bug ball. Big toes touch, tuck and curl all the way to empty. Get small. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine parallel to the ground. Realign. Exhale, forward fold. Root through your feet, take it all the way up. Full body stretch, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Pause for just a moment. Right here, either hands stay at your heart, or if you like, arms by your sides, palms open, receptive. So be here in mountain pose with your feet grounded. Feel that sense of grounding. And then draw up through the crown of your head. Feel into something bigger, more expansive. So can you feel both rooted and grounded, and also expansive and spacious all at the same time? Eyes closed, so just feeling from the inside. Feel your breath, let it move into every little space, slow and steady. We'll move through that entire sequence once more. This time I'm gonna add in just a few little changes, so just stay present, listen to my cues, take them if they work. If not, you can always modify, you can always skip it. Stay as you are, breathe in as big as you can, hold in fullness. Maybe an extra sip, take up more space. Big sigh when you're ready, let it go. All right, Ujjayi. Let's flow. Inhale, reach. Side body stretch to your right. You can change it up if you want. Inhale, come back to center, realign. Other side as you exhale. Make that crescent moon shape. Back to center, inhale. Baby back bend, mid and upper back is where it comes from. Lift your heart. Inhale, realign, re-extend. Swan dive, exhale all the way down. Beautiful, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, Chaturanga Dandasana, lower down. Heart lifts, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, everybody. Now listen, inhale your right leg high. You can hold here or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Inhale, back to three-legged, stretch and lengthen. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or aim for your armpit, get as high as you can. Inhale, back up, three-legged. Now everybody exhale, knee to your nose and softly step through, low lunge. Rise up, crescent lunge, inhale. Exhale, turbo, cactus your arms, bend your back knee, option for the back bend. Inhale back to crescent, option to straighten your front leg. Now listen, friends. Exhale, you choose airplane lunge or full airplane. So option to balance, float your back foot off the ground, go for a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your toes. If you're in airplane lunge, diagonal line from the top of your head back to your heel. Yeah, wherever you're at, one more breath. Awesome job. Crescent lunge, come back as soft as possible. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, standing splits, left leg lifts. We're gonna pause here. Option to open up into half moon. So only if you want to. Right hand reaches forward a bit, maybe left hand to left hip to begin. Peel your left hip open, stack it on top of right. Nice, Chris. Back leg strong. Hips open, so left hip stacks on top of right. See if you can lift your back leg even higher. Take one last inhale. Good job. Exhale, forward fold, top of your space. Give you just a moment here. So find your breath, maybe a little shakeout. All right, next inhale, back to our flow, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. chair pose. Inhale. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, chair plane, or lift your heels, drinking bird. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, high mountain, as tall as you can possibly grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes, swan dive down. It's okay if you shake, it's a good thing. Meet yourself there. Halfway lift as you breathe in, realize. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. All right, inhale, left leg high. You can hold here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques, twist as close as you can. Good, inhale, back up, three-legged. Left to left with your exhale, aim for your armpit, aim high. Nice job, three-legged, breathe in. Everybody, knee to your nose, round your spine, step through softly, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Thanks, Christine. As you exhale, turbo lunge, cactus your arms, bend your back knee. One last chance for that back bend. Inhale, back to crescent, option to straighten your front leg. Exhale, airplane lunge or full airplane fly. So adding in this balance if you want it, or you can stay in your airplane lunge. Keep your heart open, diagonal line. If you're balancing, smiley face shape. Nice job, good climb, one last round. Crescent lunge, soft landing if possible. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down. Standing splits, right leg floats high. Again, pause. Maybe open to a balancing half moon. So left hand stays on the ground or use a block. Right hand, right hip, or right arm might go straight up. So open up, right hip, stacks on top of left. So let your hips open. Let your heart open. Shoulders open. See if you can lift your back leg a tiny bit higher. Awesome. Reach. One more inhale. Exhale, everybody. Forward fold. Top of your space. You can give your left leg a little shake out. We'll hang out here. Bring your big toes to touch. Little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl for your little potato bug ball. Or if you would like, option to turn this into a toe stand. So you'll squeeze your inner heels, your inner thighs, your inner knees, and point your knees forward. Bring your hands to your heart, gaze forward. So balancing on your tiptoes, slow, deep breaths. Yeah, good. Wherever you're at, couple more deep breaths. Slow and steady. Soften your face, unclench your jaw. One more round. Next, inhale, meet in a halfway lift. So heels down, spine long. Listen as you exhale, just plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you would like. Meet up either in down dog, or if you want a child's pose, take a child's pose. So we'll take a moment just to find our breath, feel our body. If you've lost track of your breath, slow it down. Smooth it out. If you want a couple open mouth sighs, take them. So just come back to you. what you feel, what's moving through you. It's not right or wrong. It's just energy. It's just sensation. Allow it, notice it. Just be this wide open space for energy to flow through. You get to feel it. If you're not back in down dog, find your way there in your next couple breaths. All right, great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, gaze to the top of your mat, step or hop, forward fold. Once you have arrived, halfway lift position. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up, arms to the sky. Now pause here in your high mountain. Right foot is your foundation. Lift your left knee, standing staff. So balance on your right foot, hug in with your inner thighs. Flex your left toes, really good. Focus your gaze on something in front of you that's not moving. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, figure 4. So outer left ankle, top of your right thigh. You're gonna either sit back into a one-legged chair, chair plane, forward fold, arm balance, twist. So anywhere you wanna take this stretch. Yeah, awesome, you guys. And if you're having trouble balancing, that's fine. That's your practice today, meeting yourself there, working with your balance. Flex your left toes and actively press your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. If you're in a one-legged chair, most of your weight is back in your right heel. Make sure both sit bones are reaching back. Wherever you are at, send those big deep breaths down into your hips. Soften your face. Take just a couple more. Good, very nice, you guys. All right, see if you can come back to your standing staff, possibly without setting your left foot down. So reach up, lift your left knee. If you want, you can even extend your left leg forward just for a split second. One more inhale. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch down fingers and toes at the exact same time. So left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Once you've arrived, you're in your low lunge. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your right foot out wide. So all the way to the width of your mat or maybe even onto the hardwood floor. You can choose to keep your back knee lifted or bring your back knee down. Start to lower your upper body towards the ground. Try not to collapse all of your weight over to the right. So it's going to be tempting. As soon as you, or excuse me, try not to collapse all of your weight over to the left. You want your weight to move towards your front hip. So if your front knee is coming forward of your ankle, then scoot your front foot further forward or your back foot further back. If you want to turn your right toes out to the right a bit, or even roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, go for it. And then big deep breath. Let it be uncomfortable and teach your body to relax around the discomfort. So most of us are not comfortable in this pose. Can you still take big deep breaths? Soften with your exhales. About 3 more. So that's what this practice is all about. We don't hold the poses so we can get tighter and tighter and more anxious. We hold the poses so we can learn how to soften even when we're uncomfortable. We can learn how to take big, deep breaths even when we're uncomfortable. Take one last inhale. So with your next inhale, fill up as big as you can. Maybe even sipping a little extra at the top, send it down into your hips. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Very nice. Rise back up to your hands. Plant them under your shoulders. If your back knee is on the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Work your right foot to the back of your mat. Find yourself in a plank position. From plank, side plank, right hand is your base. Roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot. If you would like to modify, right knee can come down, no big deal. Good. If your bottom knee is lifted, then lift your hips super high. So here's your modification if you want it. And then everybody reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. See if you can really lengthen through your left side even more. Maybe float your left leg up, fullest expression. One more big inhale. As you exhale, plank or modified plank, slowly take an inhale at the top, push the ground away. Exhale all the way down to your belly. Just a baby cobra, so stay low. Use the strength in your back to lift your heart. Back of your neck is long, so rather than gazing forward, gaze down and feel the length in the back of your neck. See if you can lift your hands up, reach your hands back, but don't lift your feet. I know it's hard. See if you can still press through the tops of your feet. So use back strength only. Bend your elbows. Imagine they're magnetized. Try to squeeze them together. Yeah. Awesome, Galen. Take one more big, huge inhale all the way down to your belly. Nice work. Let it go. Take a moment. You can rest here, or if you want, maybe you want to take some cat-cows or a child's pose. Let's just say in your next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog. So wherever you want to go in the meantime, or just stay there and breathe. Feel whatever there is to feel, moving through. No judgment, just observation. Slow and steady breaths. All right, downward facing dog in your next couple if you're not there already. Bend a lot, and then lift your butt. Keep your knees bent. Yeah, so it's like you're pushing your butt up. And bend your knees a lot. Take one more inhale into your down dog. As you exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, fold, hop. Root through your feet all the way to stand, rise. Inhale, arms reach, high mountain, pause. Root down this time into left foot, right knee lifts for standing staff. So flex your right toes. For now, hug in with your inner thighs. Find your balance. Good. Take one more inhale. Slowly exhale, figure 4. So outer right ankle, top of left thigh. Maybe one-legged chair plane. Fold, arm balance, twist, maybe a little bit of everything. So your own exploration. Nice, Paloma. Keep your right toes really active. Dorsal flexion. Keep actively pressing your ankle into the top of your thigh. Keep breathing. If you're falling in and out, cool. Meet yourself right there. That's your practice today. Last couple breaths. Soft through your face. If possible, try not to set your right foot down. Come back to standing staff. So slow, intentional transition. Right knee lifts, arms reach. Maybe you even extend your right leg forward. Try not to lean back. One more inhale. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch down, fingers and toes at the exact same time. Once you land in your low lunge, adjust if needed, and then hands to the inside of left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out, nice and wide. I even walk my left foot forward an inch or so usually, and then start to lower your upper body down, not by collapsing over to your right, but by encouraging your weight towards your left. You can pivot your left toe slightly out to the left. You can also roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Just keep your left ankle nice and strong. If there's a variation you like to take, feel free. Make sure you're breathing. So if we're in these really uncomfortable poses and we stop breathing, that's not really teaching our body anything good. So we want to teach our body, it's okay, I know you're uncomfortable, but you're safe. You can still relax, you can still soften, you can still surrender. So breathe into those tight spaces, not trying to push them away or force them away, but just holding with loving awareness, whatever's moving through, whatever's there for you. You can never force relaxation. Have to relax into it. So just breathe, be with it. Last couple, bigger, more spacious. Next, inhale, fill up as big as you can and hold. Maybe take an extra sip. Open your mouth when you're ready, sigh it out. Ah, good job, friends. Come back up to your hands if you're not already there. Plant them firmly under your shoulders. Lift your back knee, and then work your left foot to the back of your mat. Good. So you're in a plank position. Nice, Stuart. From here, you've got your side plank on your left side. So left hand is your foundation. Either roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, nice loose, or you can bring your left knee down to modify. Right arm can reach up, but maybe try reaching your right arm forward, bicep next to your ear. So it's like you're in a crescent moon shape. It's like you're doing that side body stretch that we did at the top of our mat when we were standing. Now you're doing it here. Just balancing, feel the strength in your left side. Maybe float your right leg up. Awesome, Scotty. Take one last round, your fullest expression. End of your exhale. Nice, Amy. Come back to a plank or modified plank. Take a big inhale at the top to prepare. So find your strength, push the ground away, and then slowly lower. One strong straight line all the way to your belly. Start with your baby cobra. So staying low. Remember, rather than just cranking your head up, your back bend doesn't come from your head, comes from your back. So back of your neck is long. Feel the strength in your back body. When you're ready, float your hands off the ground, reach them back. This time, go ahead and lift your feet, but don't let your feet come out wide. Hug in with your inner thighs. You can stay here in locust, or options. You can interlace your fingers. You can take your full floor bow if you want. Bend your knees, grab hold of your ankles or the tops of your feet. Kick feet into hands, pull hands into feet. So wherever you've chosen to be, your own back bend, your own heart opener, soften around it. Breathe down into your belly. Make sure your breath is still there. One last huge inhale. Very nice. Exhale, let it go. Ah. You can rest, belly down. Maybe it feels good to windshield wiper your shins or just kind of shimmy your hips side to side. Let's say again, next 3 to 5 breaths, downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Good job, you guys. If you're not there already, next couple rounds, down dog. All right, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then everybody open your hip this time. So bend your knee, And imagine your right hip is a hinge on a door. Your right leg is the door. So it just swings open. Right knee is bent. It reaches out. It reaches up. Try not to sink into your left hand or your left shoulder. Your shoulder should be nice and strong. So the mobility is coming from your hip. See if you can lift your right knee a tiny bit higher. One more inhale. Stay here, or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down nice and easy. Yeah, and then right arm forward, heart forward. Breathe down into your belly, back muscles hug around your spine. Beautiful. Last breath if you're in the back bend. And then everybody meet in a three-legged dog, right leg extended. Square off your hips. See if you can feel, it's a big difference. So learn to feel it. One more big inhale. Good job, Chris. Exhale, pigeon pose. Right shin, bless you, top of your space. If you know this pose works better for you on your back or in a seat for whatever reason, of course you can take it there instead. So supine pigeon would be the modification, just figure 4. If you're in regular pigeon, focus on first finding stability. So not just pushing your hips towards the ground and going as deep as you can, but finding your greatest space in between your legs and then hugging back in. So right hip pulls back as you take your heart forward and down. Your right hip, your right butt cheek shouldn't be on the ground, even if you're super flexible. You should be hovering just a little bit above at least. So your right hip is energetically pulling back and even slightly up. It's like somebody has a rope stuck to your right butt cheek and they're pulling back and slightly up. If you create that, you'll really feel the stretch in your outer right hip in that muscle rather than just sinking into your joints. So especially women who have naturally open hips, it's so easy to just plop into your pigeon, not feel much of anything. So make sure we're working stability at the same time as we're working mobility. A balance. So you can spread through your front toes. Even if they don't move, have the intention of spreading them. Take about 5 more rounds. Notice, where does your mind go when you're bored, when you're uncomfortable, when you're trying to distract yourself? No judgment, but just notice and then come back. See if you can put yourself back in this space, back in your body, back with your breath sensation. It's so hard for us as humans to stay in our bodies, to stay just right here with ourselves. We're so used to being constantly stimulated. Our mind always goes to whatever's most interesting. So make this moment, your breath, make that most interesting. Focus on that. There's a million things to feel if you really pay attention. Last couple rounds, open mouth size if you'd like. All right, and then slowly, however you want to get there, downward facing dog is our destination. So maybe you want to take it back to three-legged dog, shake it out. Maybe you want to take it back to a three-legged tabletop. Maybe there's some sort of movement you want to take. Move through a vinyasa, take some cat-cows. So just feel around for a moment, take some time to kind of neutralize, maybe notice how does right side feel versus left side. Eventually back to your dog pose, just walk it out. Big deep breaths. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Try not to move hands or shoulders. Open your left hip. So I know it's so tempting to just sink into your right shoulder. Keep your shoulders strong. Make it come from your left hip. Bend your knee, squeeze your outer left glute. I even like to imagine I have a rolled up washcloth behind my left knee and I'm trying to squeeze it and wring it out. So lift your left knee as high as you can. Feel your left hip stack on top of right. One more inhale here. Stay, or option to flip your dog. Left foot comes down carefully, nice and easy. Very good. Beautiful. So hips lift. If there's a mirror on this front wall, you're trying to look at yourself in that front mirror. Let your heart look forward. One more breath. Yes. Awesome, Tracy. Come back. Three-legged dog. Thanks, Keelan. Take a moment to square off your left hip. See if you can feel the difference. It's very different. Learn to feel it in your body. One more inhale. Pigeon as you're ready. Left shin, top of your space. Body comes down gently. So take your time to set yourself up intentionally, mindfully. If you want to take it on your back, of course you can. If this side feels different than the other side and needs a different variation, honor that. Thanks, Christine. So hug in towards midline. Find the strength, the structure, what we call the integrity of the pose. Beautiful mix. And then soften around it. Get curious about how big you can breathe. A lot of us, I think, we think we're breathing as big as we can, but I bet we could breathe a little deeper, especially our exhales. A lot of times we think we're emptying all the way out. Usually there's a little more breath. There's that Uddiyana Bandha, that total emptiness. See if you can find it at the bottom of each exhale. I'm going to come around with a little essential oil spritz. If you do not want it, if it bothers you, if you're allergic or anything like that, just raise your hand. I'll stay away. Okay, thank you. Big, slow, steady breath. Notice, where do you tend to tighten? What feels constricted? What feels dense? And is there a way, just by bringing your awareness to those spaces, maybe you can allow more energy to flow? What does the word surrender feel like in your body? Get curious about that. Take about 3 more. Sigh out your mouth anytime. Then I'll just kind of leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty even on both sides, no hurry, start your transition back to one final down dog. So again, however you want to get there, whatever movement you want to take to neutralize. If you do want one last vinyasa, now would be your time to take it. So one last down dog, or if you prefer, one last child's pose. You choose down dog, really work into all that length and space you created in your body. You choose child's pose, just really let the ground hold you, breathe into all the spaces. Very nice, friends. Wherever you have chosen to be, one last big breath. tabletop, hands and knees. Find your way into a seat and then all the way down onto your back. You can face whichever direction you want. Once you are on your back, just draw your knees gently towards your belly. Find a little rock side to side against the ground. And you can keep your knees together, or you can take your knees apart, kind of move your knees in different directions, maybe getting into your hips a bit more. And then in your own time, find your way into a supine spinal twist. And let's just say go to the right first. So legs to the right, left arm out to the left, or cactus with your left arm against the ground. And you choose what feels best. Maybe both knees are bent, maybe one leg is straight, maybe it's a windshield wiper variation. See if you can keep your shoulders, your heart square towards the sky, nice and open. Breathe down into your belly. So breath by breath, just giving more of your weight to the ground. Letting the earth hold you. Hold everything you are holding. So for right now, see if you can just let go. Feel your breath just flow through. A couple more on this side. And switch slowly to the other side. So as you come through center, take a moment to neutralize, maybe a little rock, maybe a big squeeze, maybe a full body stretch, anything that calls to you. And then twist, legs left, right arm out to the right. When you feel pretty even on both sides, no rush, take your time. But come back to center and then just choose anywhere you'd like to go to complete your own practice. So any last movements, any final poses, maybe you want an inversion, heart opener, anything else that's calling to you. And then eventually start transitioning into your final relaxation. Oh, I notice a few of you have bolsters. If you want to use your bolster for your Shavasana, feel free. If anyone wants to grab a bolster, they're up in the front, or a blanket, they're in the back. So anything you need to make yourself really comfortable and supported for your final resting pose. And as you come to rest, just let your breath be effortless now. And imagine the space of your body again and just wide open. And as I play my bowls for these last few moments, invitation to get curious about really feeling the vibrations, feeling the sound, the frequency in your body. So not so much just hearing it with your ears, with your mind, but feel whatever there is to feel as it moves through. And if at any point it feels overwhelming or uncomfortable, see if you can be with it the same way you would be with an uncomfortable yoga pose. Just those big, deep breaths to soften. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Just start to bring gentle movement into your body again. So wiggle fingers, toes, maybe a full body stretch. And as you're ready, just find your way into fetal position on either side. And as you rest on your side, just gonna let your practice, let that sound bath really absorb and seep in. Just a very simple, quick thought for you. This is Corey Mascara, and he just says, life is always happening in just one moment, and that is all you are responsible for. So staying nice and present, in tune with this moment, in tune with your body, your breath, staying connected to yourself. Find your way back to seated meditation. So right back where we began. So eventually just sitting up tall, eyes closed, hands gathered to your own heart. And let's seal our practice today together with just one collective Om. So I know it feels sometimes uncomfortable to use your voice, but let your voice come through from your gut, from your body. So not up in your throat and your head, but all the way down. So let it be your vibration and you feel it moving through. Doesn't matter how you sound. So start by just exhaling, clear your throat if you need to. Take a great big inhale and breathe in your voice. Thank you all so much for being here. Namaste. All right. Thank you so much, friends. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I won't see you next Sunday, but James will be here for you. If you have any questions, I got your back. I have my stickers out there. Take some if you want some, if you don't already have them. Yeah. Bye, Mom. Love ya.
Bye.